so today I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks as to how to maximize your storage capacity on your bookshelf. So as you can see, I own a bookshelf, and you guys probably do too. And if you do own a bookshelf, you probably have encountered that problem of what to do when your bookshelf is full, aka meaning you cannot fit any more books on your bookshelf for the life of you. But no need to fear, because Sasha is here. Because I have some tips and tricks that will help you guys, because it has helped me in the past with my bookshelf, and I hope that helps you with yours. Because it's really just taken a lot of trial and error in the past to get this bookshelf organized how I like it. It's taken 2 years of trial and error, yeah. So hopefully this speeds up your trial and error process. So let's get started. So my first tip is to put your books horizontally. And I know you're like, Sasha, we already do that. But what I mean by horizontally is literally flip your books onto its side and place it down and stack them on top of each other. The reason I say this is because doing that actually creates more room on your shelf, because if your bookshelf, let's say, is this long, but the height of it is this long, instead of fitting, let's say, like 10 books here, you could fit 10 books here and 10 books here just by stacking them on top of each other. The only problem about this method is that it's not that easy to get the book at the bottom of the stack, but it does save you room, and that's what really matters. The next tip I have is getting floating bookshelves. Floating bookshelves are a great substitute and a very, very cost-efficient way to actually put your books on a shelf without actually spending a lot of money on an actual shelf. So as you can see, my floating bookshelf has a lot of books on it, and usually they're not supposed to have this many books stacked on top of each other. I just need to get more of them. But they are a great way to store your books in a really cool fashion, because they're not the traditional bookshelves. They're freaking floating. So you can get these on Amazon, that's where I got them, and on my bookshelf behind me, you guys ask me all the time where I've gotten them. I actually built them, and I got the boards for them at Home Depot. So if you want to go check that out, that's where they are. But floating bookshelves are a great substitute for an actual bookshelf, because they do fit quite a few books on them, like you can see on mine. Quite a few books. It's actually fallen over on me once. It was really painful. It's okay, I know the books love me. Another tip is something that you have to have lots of guts to do, and that is actually having an unhaul. I know some of you guys may have heard of unhauls, but if you have not, unhauls are when you take books off your shelf and give them away, instead of purchasing books and putting them on the shelf. I'm actually going to be doing an unhaul very soon, because even with all my tips, my bookshelf is pretty much very full. So I'm going to be having one of those very soon, and that also makes a lot of room on your shelf for more books, more new books, and it also gives you the opportunity of sharing the reading spirit to other people who may not be as fortunate as you to have all these books. So I'm going to be donating my unhauled books to Bernie's Book Bank. It's this charity that gives books to people who are underprivileged. I love it so much. I volunteer there all the time, and I think it's a great, great place to go. So if you have Bernie's Book Bank or anything like that by you, I highly suggest you go donate your old books to them. So that's another way you can save more room on your shelf. Another way you can save lots of room on your shelf is if you have bookshelves like mine, you probably have a lot of space on the very tippy top of your shelf that expands from the last shelf on the top to your ceiling. Stack the books up there. That really helps. Just make sure they're not going to topple over, because that would be very bad. Another tip that I actually do use is if you don't particularly like a few books, put those at the back of your bookshelf and stack up books that you do like right up in front of it horizontally. Then you don't have to see them, but you also save room on your bookshelf for that. And my last tip is books are a puzzle. You can fit them together however you want. All books are different sizes. So if you have space, let's say at the top of your bookshelf, like a little crevice like right here, go fit a book that may fit that crevice, because that will save you extra room. So just play with it. I know that it may not look that nice if it's all cluttered, but it has a certain charm to it if your bookshelves just like jam-packed with books. It shows that you love it. Like, not all bookshelves have to be perfectly neat. This one isn't. I know it may look neat. Oh, it isn't. Oh gosh, no. So I hope this video helped you learn some new tips and tricks as to how to maximize your storage capacity on your bookshelf, because I know all these tips have helped me in the past, and I really hope I can pass them on to you and they'll help you as well. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!